So, boom, this one. It is every plate. And right now, they do have a promo deal going on where it ends up being $1.99 each meal. So I went ahead and tried it, and actually I've done one box before. So I will say, comparison to HelloFresh, this is so much better. The produce selections are better. The ingredients and everything, I mean, yes, there is littler ingredients, but I'd rather have a more flavorful dinner than less ingredients, unless that's something that you're not really wanting. I mean, I guess that would be good. But anyways, I still found every plate to actually be more flavorful, better bang for your buck, and you get a little extra. To where I had last night, my daughter, my 15-year-old daughter, actually made some fajitas. They were really good, and we had extra produce from leftover. So we're gonna use that for another meal this week. Sorry guys, I'm tongue-tied. All right, so you do have to kind of, the only thing that I've had to include out of my own things was olive oil, butter, very little, not that whole stick, and black pepper and salt, of course, because we want to season it. And it came with everything else. It came with 2 bags of linguine, came with the Tuscany seasonings, Parmesan cheese, 4 chicken breasts in total, because I did go with the 4 servings box rather than the 2. Came with Roma tomatoes too, and it came with the perfect amount of cream cheese, so you're not having to waste anything if, say, you don't use cream cheese on a regular basis and you only need it for this one thing. Unfortunately, I use cream cheese in everything. I love cream cheese. I love cheese in general. So I have that everywhere, so that wouldn't have affected me one bit. But let's get going. I do have a little bit of, things started set up here. So I just want to kind of show you how quickly it can be done. I'll probably be pausing things and just making sure that we have everything set up. Let me get my water going. There we go. Don't try that at home. I like to live dangerously, so I stick my hand on the burner to test it. Most people don't do that. They have more sense than that. I sharpened my knife beforehand to make sure it was really nice and sharp, so I do not hurt myself. The worst thing is to cut with a dull knife. You most always cut yourself with a dull knife. It's actually the most dangerous. So let's see where it says to begin first. So we now have our large pot of water. It's asking me to salt it, which I already do salt it anyways, but if you really, like, if this is for, say, you don't cook, or your kids want to get in the kitchen, which I've always had my children in the kitchen with me. I started at a young age cooking with my great-grandmother, my mother, everybody. So it's never been much of a thing for me to say that, ooh, that knife is super sharp. So I've never feared being in the kitchen. And my daughter, she's never either. She's really just jumped right in there. She's really good. She's pretty amazing, actually. She comes up with a lot of her own recipes. And of course, Pinterest lends its genius at times. So I'm going to get a little can or something just to kind of throw away, so I don't have to keep on taking a trip to the trash. So I'm just going to quickly dice up my tomatoes, as it says. Boom, boom, boom. Quick, quick, quick. Like I said, it's really not much prep. Everything comes like minimal. It's like just the fresh produce, which to me, I'd rather have fresh produce any day than frozen or canned. Not to say that I won't use frozen or canned. I just prefer fresh. But who doesn't? So I just had to kind of like do a dice. Oops, there goes one for the floor. And then next, we're going to place the chicken in a medium bowl, pat dry paper towels. Okay. That, I thought I had everything out. But I'm silly, and sometimes I like to think I have everything together, and then I don't realize it, that I don't really. But it's okay. We'll be all okay with that. Alright. Let's get a good old Pyrex bowl out. I love Pyrex bowls. They can withstand heat. They're pretty durable. You know, they're not going to shatter on you. So we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, now get our chicken. It's come in these nice little packages, and it's all pretty much, it says right here, let's see, it's prepared restricted past meat or poultry. Okay, I thought I was gonna say organic. Was hoping. Oh, okay. So I mean, it was raised in the U.S. I guess is good. At least we know where are my poultry scissors. Well, let me get another knife. I'm just being wasteful tonight. I normally don't like to do all this. I feel like I'm gonna have to pause this. I think I know where something is in my own kitchen, but like I said earlier, I have a teenage daughter. So when she does, she helps me out quite a bit, but can't find that where everything goes. Sometimes she just makes new areas for it, and then I'm on a search and rescue mission. I feel like a weirdo. I mean, I normally talk to myself while I'm cooking or anything I'm doing, but normally I'm not videotaping myself as I'm doing it, but that's okay. That's okay. This is something new for me. I'm trying. I'm going to rinse the chicken breast myself just because I don't like that little icky kind of slimy feeling. Then it wants us to pat them dry to make sure that so my water's almost done boiling. I'm about to throw in the linguine. Sorry you're not seeing me on camera. I'm over at the sink right now just rinsing my chicken. Rinse. Alright. After I get done drying the poultry, I am going to make sure that I constantly wash my hands. I always do, but I just want to stress that when you're going back and forth between raw meats and stuff like that, you certainly don't want to be touching anything like that. Cross-contamination. You don't want to use your utensils that you've used for raw for cooked, but that's just common sense. I'm sure everybody knows that. Nobody's watching this because they don't know how to cook, I'm sure. They're probably just watching it because they want to see what I'm doing. And honestly, this little meal thing is fantastic. So fantastic. It was great because I ordered it on Monday, or no, I'm sorry, over last weekend, shipped out. I'm gonna say, yeah, it was ordered Sunday, arrived on Thursday. All right, so now that we've got all of our chicken in our little bowl, nice and dried off, I am now going to do the next step. I'm gonna get, like I was saying earlier, making sure we don't cross-contaminate. I'm gonna get another pair of tongs for just this only. I'm actually gonna use those. I like those for flipping a lot more. So I'm just gonna add a drizzle of olive oil, my chopped garlic, which I haven't yet gone to yet. My drizzle is more like a guzzle. So let's put this off to the side. Little tomatoes. And I don't know if you guys saw me step away for a second. I did wash my hands. Like I said, I'm not going to touch, even though these tomatoes are going to be cooked. Like I said earlier, you don't know if you're not getting them to the right temperature. You don't want to get your family sick. It's not worth it. Take the extra time just to be cautious. All right. So what I like to do, let me move this out of the way. Maybe you can see me do this. It's my little technique. I'm sure everybody does this. All I know is I wish I was cutting an onion because I do have a little trick, and I will show you guys that another time. But of course, we just mash, and that's just gonna get that like papery, waxy outer. It's almost like the onions, but thicker. How it has that little thing. I don't know why I'm describing garlic like no one's ever had garlic in their life and know of what's on there. I made sure I picked like the biggest cloves possible. I'm definitely not ever going to be attacked by a our water's boiling, by a vampire, because I secrete so much, like I sweat it out. That's how much garlic I add to things. So now since we already smashed it, so we just got, it's already pretty much just doing that, or just a little rough chop. You just want to release all those yummy oils of the garlic so it comes out into the chicken. I mean, I don't like having big old chunks, so I am going to make sure I do a little bit of a time to put our pasta in. Let me just get this going. Alright. Just want to put your chicken in a medium bowl. Garlic, half the Tuscan. Okay. Okay, so that's why they gave us 2 packages, because they want us to then put one of these seasonings in there. Then we're going to put some salt and pepper. Let me put my pasta in there really quickly. It says 10 minutes. Even gives us a time. I mean, I don't normally go by time frames with my pasta. Usually I'm Italian, so I know, how I like my pasta cooked. So I don't think I'm going to set a timer on that, even though it does have one on there. But I guess if, you're not confident in doing it without it, then by all means do it within your comforts. Alright, let's get our kosher salt. I like to use Himalayan pink salt, actually. They asked for kosher, but I like my pink Himalayan. And then I like my peppercorn medley. I like to turn it down a little bit, not too big, coarse chops. Alright. Let's get that pan going. I got salt all in there. So I can get these. What my daughter did with my scissors. I have scissors in my kitchen collection, so I don't have to use my knives and everything like that, only because I don't want to cut myself. So I am going to kind of, let's turn this on. Tell my daughter cooks. She's got stuff all over the burner. Don't want my fire alarm, or as my neighbor calls it, my timer. But they're just really very sensitive in my apartment complex. I guarantee you it probably will go off, only because the fact is that it's got the heat going on pretty high here, and it usually likes to sound the alarm when I got the heat going nice and high. Alright, I wish I would have marinated this earlier, let it sit for a little longer, because this smells really yummy, but it's like I feel like maybe it should have had a longer prep time for that. But I mean, I guess that's just I guess if you're in a hurry, you don't have time to prep, and that's probably why we get these meals. Me, I just like to try new things, and And this just happens to be one of my favorite things, actually. Linguine. I'll put this in my garbage bowl. That as well. My garbage pan. This is not a bowl. Alright. Let's see what it says on our next thing. So, now that cook pasta until al dente. Reserve 1/2 cup pasta cooking water. Okay. Okay. So while our pasta is cooking, to me, I wanted to let my marinade go a little longer with my chicken. Woo, why are you smoking? And this is why it's so darn important to make sure your kids don't drop stuff underneath things, because it smells god awful. Don't know what the hell that is. She got in there. Get it out though. It's like onion or something, or crouton. I don't even know what that is. Wasn't that fun? Hot. Okay. So let's hope that that's now. Alright, now let me get this. Okay, so now we're gonna I probably should have gotten a bigger pan because that one is that might work. It's al dente. Just a little drizzle. This is just a little drizzle. Let me move that out of the way. Alright, let me get So I do have to stop this one and then we'll regrain 2 parts. Okay, so I'm on my second part now of this. It took a little longer than I thought. It did say it was going to take 20 minutes of prep, or how much of prep time. It does tell you on every which one how much prep you do need for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and I think my pan's in there pretty hot now. Oh, yeah, it's sizzling. So I'm just going to stick my little chickies in there. So good. So good. It smells like the seasonings, like when you go to Carrabba's, what they put in that little dish, all those Tuscany herbs and stuff. Oh, that's what it smells like. It smells really good. I just had to give you a sense of what it kind of smells like. So that's the only reason why I use that reference. Goodness in there. Yum, sweet yum. Okay. So I've just washed my hands and I'll be right back. Give me one quick second. There. Okay. I think our pasta might be to an al dente now. Al dente is like where it's still got a little bit of a bite to it, but you do not want it at all mushy. Doing a video. Why are you getting on my video? You gonna say something? I was telling him how you made that meal last night, how easy it was. It was delicious too. The back burner. So our next one after we get this, you want to make sure you it says cook it 6 to 8 minutes per side. We all know how chicken, what the temperature should be. Well, I think you do. It should be around 160. But it doesn't say anything about checking temperature, so it's just giving us a time frame. So I guess it's just for people that probably aren't, like I said, these are probably designed for people that don't cook all the time and that don't need, I usually don't even use recipes. So this to me is kind of fun. I get to go off a little book, not a book, a little card telling me what to do. Smells so good. Amazingly good. Oh. So, all right. So basically we're just waiting on the chicken to cook. So I'm gonna pause it for now to not take up all the time. Work it home. All right, so I'm back. I'm gonna take the chicken out, and it says just to rest it on the cutting board. And if it needs to like cook a little bit more, usually I take it out just a little bit beforehand because I usually let it rest, and it'll do its own internal cooking. And I'm not talking about like a big amount. You're just taking off a few little earlier, just so you are not drying that chicken out. Now I get rid of the garlic out of there. That kind of fell off just because it was like pretty brown to me. I like the flavors of it in there, but not too much of it when it gets to that stage. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter. I went ahead and cut that up while I was on pause. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to have more garlic. Did not know that. See, that's what happens when you go ahead and just go rogue and just do what you want. I was like, ooh, garlic. I'm going to put that all in the marinade. And I'm supposed to have one for in here at a low heat. I'm going to put that on a lower setting so it doesn't. I'm going to go down to like 3 or 4. I'm just going to do the same thing I did. Kind of moving my chicken over just a hair. garlic, but I guess the tomato doesn't take that long. It just wants a quick little... Alright, so I don't want my butter to get brown because then it gets too nutty for me. So I'm going to keep... That's why I had it on a low temperature like that. So it doesn't get too nutty. I'm going to switch... Oh yeah, smelling good already. So we're gonna take this now, the tomatoes, and then, okay, so let that go a little bit, it says, for like a minute. We got our cream cheese. I like to clean up as I go, so I've got everything kind of going a little bit right now as we speak into the dishes. And then I have my salad that I went ahead and this is just a bag Caesar salad. I'm just following the theme tonight with doing all quick meals. Sometimes even if you're not out and about and doing a bunch of things, you don't want to be taking your whole entire day of cooking. And that's what I love about this. I mean, I don't have it for every day of the week, but I have it set up right now where it's going to be 3 days a week. And that's kind of like going to replace our meals that we normally eat out with. Trying a new year, new me, new family. We're all just trying to make sure we get healthy. All right, so now I've got those in. Put our Tuscany seasoning in. Like I said, it smells so delicious. I can just, yum. Okay, so some salt and pepper. I don't know why I keep on looking back at it like I don't. It's because I'm not used to going off of a recipe. So I'm like going back and looking and looking. Like I'm gonna forget something. I love fresh ground pepper, salt, everything. Just better. Tastes so much better than like table already ground pepper and stuff. A little bit. Oh, that looks so yummy. So yummy. So it just needs about 2 to 3 more minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting on the chicken. I'm gonna pause it just one more time, guys. This will save us time. Okay, so I have all the chicken cut up now. So it's now asked us to stir in the cream cheese. Okay, stir in cream cheese, half the spray. How much water did it say? Okay, so half a cup of pasta water. Now that should give it some great saltiness from what we gave into there from when we salted it. I don't know why I'm doing all this with a knife. I think, oh yeah, so my hands are wet. we're going to put half the, okay, stir cream cheese, half the Parmesan. So you do half the Parmesan, I guess, so you put the rest of it on the pasta itself afterwards. So let's get that going. Almost done. Where is it over here? Bigger. Take this one out of the way. I'm gonna transfer this in here just so I can stir it without spilling. And I gotta put my pasta back in there anyways. That's probably why I should have gone for my little bigger skillet with the sides to go up. Can't remember what it's called right now. Ask me later. So I'll kind of show you the consistency right there. Just kind of breaking it up, all that. Okay. Let me get the pasta. I gotta feed it stills. Put together a plate. You want to mix the rest of that salad up over here, honey? And voila, we have our Tuscan herb chicken. I think it looks pretty darn good. Let me just give it a quick taste. I am not going to show me eating this on the camera because I just don't think that would be a pretty... I'm going to get a little piece of chicken off of the here because I saw a little one. Oh my god. I forgot the cheese, but... oh my god, that is super good. It took a total of 40 minutes. Definitely should go with the every plate. Not only is it simple, fresh produce, great recipes. Oh, so easy.